One of our favorite activities is fantasy sports. The big problem that we see right now in fantasy sports is the way that drafts are run. Right now, we feel like we're totally tied to our screens. There's not a great mobile optimized experience, and we find ourselves like not really hanging out with our friends during the entire process.
So this is the Geoffrey application. It's available as a URL through any browser, so you can open it on your phone, on your computer. I've already set up some basic settings, but let's log in here. You can create an account if you need. So this is kind of the start. What would you like to do? Well, we're going to start a new auction. Now, you may have noticed some Bud Lights sitting out. This is because we want to have Bud Light kind of operate as a native advertiser for this fantasy football draft. Today, people are inundated with advertising in the digital medium. But we're going to let those engaging the auction select who they want to be their sponsor. And maybe Bud Light can do some unique things during the draft for us. So let's go ahead and pick Bud Light. Here we are on the headquarters. You can see our sponsor up here. We've got an active area for players being drafted, my team, and some other stuff here. We also have players available here we can select from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these other guys to the draft so we have more of a draft order. So let's administer auction 1. And I'm going to add Amit and AJ to the draft. Now let's go back to the auction. All right, so we're just about ready to go. Let's get this draft going. So Amit and AJ are going to open up the draft on their phone. I'm going to queue up a player. We're going to do this through the natural language interface, and then we're going to have all of us auction on this player. All right, Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski
selected.
AJ's at a $5 bid, but I'm going to take this up to 10, maybe 15. Oh, I came in at 20 because AJ came in as well. Amit's in at 25, and it looks like
Rob Gronkowski selected by Amit.
So it looks like Amit got Rob Gronkowski. That's great. Who's the next player we're going to auction off here?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott?
Ezekiel Elliott selected.
All right. I'm a Philly fan, so I'm not even... Well, I'll bid $5 on Zeke. But we've got some Dallas fans here. Amit's coming in at 10. Because he likes Zeke. Oh, but I'm coming in at 20. Amit's back up at 25. Oh, AJ in at 30.
Ezekiel Elliott selected by AJ. Try to keep him away from St. Patrick's Day parties.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz selected.
All right, so I'm a big Carson fan, so I definitely got to take this guy home. All right.
Too rich for my blood.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, man. All right.
Carson Wentz selected by AJ. In honor of Philadelphia, our sponsor has a special message for Philly.
Sir Jeremy, you are a true friend of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
So we get a little bit of native advertising again. It's personalized to us. I'm wearing an Eagles jersey. We know there's an inside joke with Philly and Dilly Dilly. So we get some native advertising at certain points in our auction. It feels very appropriate and personalized. So that's all great.
So according to the Fantasy Sports Trade Association, there are nearly 60 million Americans who actively participate in fantasy sports and are totally willing to invest in fantasy sports. So we think that AT&T has this awesome opportunity to create this great user experience for the fantasy football drafts with Geoffrey and merge it with your entertainment options to really allow your customers to experience a football draft and then experience football all in the same place. Mm-hmm.